This week we're covering basic CSS commands. These are commands that you can use with a wide variety of HTML tags. They are commands that we will be using pretty much every week from now until the end of the semester. So you are going to want to go through the web-based readings, and these are all different CSS commands, and start with the introduction because this kind of gives you some background information. But you can see that these pages are really small, or they're very short. So even though there's a lot of links, I don't think it'll take you that long to go through them. Then you're going to want to go through the lecture demo. And this has a lot more background information on CSS. There are links to interactive examples. There are links to different example pages that I have created for you to look at. And I would encourage that you take advantage of all of these links, look at all of the pages, and go to the interactive ones and practice working with the code, because that is how you're going to learn. And as you go through here, what you'll notice that we start by talking about what CSS is, the different ways you can put it into your web page. And then we get into color. Color is huge in a web page. So how do you change colors? And the different values a color can have, color names, RGB values, and hex. And then we get into color theory. Okay, and so there's links to examples of good and bad websites. One thing they all have in common is a very poor layout and a very poor color choice. So we do get into some color theory, and this will just help you understand color a little bit better. And you'll notice that we have some harmonious and complementary color schemes. And this is important because you guys are going to be choosing your own color scheme. And the websites that you can go to that will help you utilize these harmonious color scheme configurations. So it is important that you know what they are and that you understand what they do and how they can help you. Another thing to be aware of is how color is used in context with other colors, meaning you have a text color and you have a background color. And how do those two colors play together? Okay, some play well and some don't play well. So that's something that you should also be aware of. Here is the list of websites that you can use that will help you pick color. And the Adobe Color Wheel is an awfully nice site. And when you come in here, you can see all of these harmonious color rules. And not only that, but this little tagged circle is what everything is based off of. Okay, so there are colors that are harmonious with that particular color. Okay, and so all of the ones that you learned about are listed here. You can also take a graphic, upload it to Lunapic, and Lunapic will pull out the colors that it uses most often and display those back to you. And then you can use those colors in a web page. So that's actually really cool too. So as you go through here, we do work a lot with color. You're going to learn about the color commands. You're also going to learn about some more image commands, specifically a background image and all of the different commands that you can use with that. We get into fonts, and not only using the fonts that are on your system, but how do we access web fonts? You know, like Google. How would we pull in a Google font? Okay, so it tells you in here how to do that as well. And so you're going to want to read through all of this. These are all important CSS properties and values that you need to know for your certification exam. And once you're done with that, then you'll go in and you'll do the textbook assignment. Okay, and so the textbook assignment involves creating, your Lesson4 folder. Inside that, you're going to have a media and a CSS folder. And then you're going to copy some files from previous lessons, and you'll download some files. You'll also download some graphics, and then you can kind of get started working on the directions. There are videos that go with all of the exercises in the textbook assignment. For the lab assignment, there's a video overview kind of telling you what you need to do, but you will be applying a color scheme to the file you created last week that has the 3 thumbnails that link to the larger image. There's a detail and summary section in that page, and that is the page that you are going to be applying CSS to. And here's an example of mine. Then you're going to be updating the assignment page with your new links. You'll be creating an external style sheet for your assignment page. And then you'll get everything transferred up to the web. Now, we are not covering all of the CSS this week. It's such a huge topic. We are doing like the basic commands, but there are advanced commands that deal with animation and different advanced formatting that you may be interested in. And we will be covering all those advanced commands later in the semester. However, this discussion lets you kind of research a CSS property that you are interested in. So you can, it can be something that we covered this week, or it might be animation. We haven't covered that yet. So you can do an internet search and then find a page that you like and copy and paste the link, and then explain what the purpose of the CSS property is and how it can be used in web pages. So I'm going to pause this and kind of share something cool that I found with all of you. All right, so I'm going to add my topic, and it is CSS for text stroke and text fill. And let me pause a second here. So the CSS that I found is kind of new, and you can kind of outline your text using text shadows. But there's some newer CSS where you can use text stroke, which creates an outline, and then you can fill it in with color. And so this is an alternative to doing this. And you can see it's prefixed with WebKit because it's new, but this is how you would use it. So I've got, this is the old way. You can see I created a little ID called old style. And then this is the new way. And I applied it to headings. And you can actually copy this and paste it into a web page and take a look at it. And you'll see that the old style and the new style, the end look is pretty much the same, but this is just a little easier to code. Okay, so I'm going to post this. And then if you guys want to reply to mine, you can for the early birds in the class. And all you really need to do is find some CSS that you're interested in, research it. In your posting, make sure you have a link to the site, explain what the purpose is and how it can be used in web pages, and then read other students' postings and reply to one. So if you are the first one in here and there's nobody else to reply to, you certainly can reply to mine. Okay, and then the only other thing for this week is to fill out a little survey. If you run into problems or if you have questions, please let me know. And do keep in mind that your folders and your file names are case sensitive. So the upper and lower case lettering and spaces make a huge difference when you load them live online. I do have a little video link here that explains potential problems that you can have and how you would fix those. So if you are running into problems, please watch the video and don't hesitate to send me an email. I am happy to help.